Welcome, everyone. I'm Chad Halverson, CEO of thisCLICKS, and I'm here with our president and COO, Jeff Im, and it's super awesome to see all of you here today. Today is an incredibly proud day for us. thisCLICKS has experienced double-digit growth month over month for the past 18 months. And thank you. Today, more than 4,000 businesses rely on When I Work to schedule and communicate with their hourly employees. From local Minnesota businesses like My Burger, Dunn Brothers Coffee, and Vertical Endeavors to national and international businesses like the Atlanta Braves, SoundCloud, Uber, the UPS store, and many others. This means that worldwide we're helping over 250,000 employees work the hours they want. And actually, I think we can add 30 more to that number because my phone buzzes every time a new business comes on board, and my phone's jamming right now. So we're on a mission to help all hourly employees succeed in their quest for the right hours at the right time. A great entrepreneur and hero of mine, Jason Fried, said, "Cool wears off, useful is forever." So you see, it doesn't matter what new tech or new fancy gadget or new shiny object comes along. If it's not useful, it's fleeting. And that's what we've done. We've created technology that's really, really useful for businesses with hourly employees. But to quote Jason again, he also likes to say, "Who cares about the Fortune 500? It's time to care about the Fortune 5 million." And we think he's right. Our economy depends on millions of small businesses who in turn rely on millions and millions of hourly employees to make them run. And that's exactly where we focus, on the Fortune 5 million. The millions of employees and small businesses that for years have been hacking technology to make their jobs easier and to run smarter. We believe they deserve the same world-class workforce management software that the big guys have had for years. However, instead of being obnoxiously expensive, hard to implement, and impossible to use, we've focused like a laser on not only making our tools affordable, but a breeze to set up and really, really easy to use for small businesses with no IT required. So based on the fact that something useful never dies, I lost my train of thought. Based on the fact that something useful never dies, and looking at the growing number of businesses that are finding our products useful, we know the value of it. It's worth investing in because it's going to be around for a long, long time. And it's worth growing. And it's that growth that brings us to this beautiful old building just across the river from downtown. We're super excited to be moving into this location and creating more jobs right here in the city where this company was born and is growing up in, St. Paul. And by the way, if you're someone who's as obsessed with building useful tools as we are, we really want to see your resume. So with your support in this great new space, we're poised to really redefine and transform the way the hourly workforce gets things done in the 21st century. So today, in a symbolic out with the old, in with the new sort of gesture, and instead of an actual ribbon cutting, we're going to smash a moderately useful and fleeting piece of technology, an old time clock. But before we do that, we need to make a few introductions. First off is a representative from our neighbors at Senator Franken's office. Shelley Schaefer is here on his behalf and is the Deputy State Director of Senator Franken's office. Shelley?
Thanks, Chad. It's truly a pleasure to be here today on behalf of Senator Franken as we celebrate the grand opening of thisCLICKS in the Drake Building and welcome them as neighbors. As Chad said, unfortunately, Senator Franken couldn't be here today, but he asked me to read a letter on his behalf. Dear friends, I want to start by welcoming you to the beautiful and historic Drake Building, where I've had my U.S. Senate office for almost 5 years. In that time, I've held hundreds of meetings just upstairs from here with Minnesotans from across the state, and I can assure you it's a great place to work and do business. I would love to be there today to join you and Mayor Coleman in welcoming thisCLICKS to the neighborhood. However, I'm currently in Washington, D.C. as the U.S. Senate is in session. But even from my vantage point here in the nation's capital, I can see that we're going to be joined in the Drake Building by an exciting, innovative, and homegrown company that is leading the way in helping thousands of businesses in Minnesota, across the country, and across the world do things better. That's good for those businesses, that's good for our economy, and that's why they're growing so fast. So while I can't be there with you today, rest assured that I'll be stopping by thisCLICKS when I'm back in Minnesota to say hello to Chad, Jeff, and all the employees who are not only smashing clocks, but also using good old-fashioned Minnesota innovation to help businesses succeed. Best of luck and welcome to the building. Sincerely, Al Franken, United States Senator.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations. If I pass out on stage, I literally was hooked up to a blood donation table about 5 minutes ago. So they're like, "You need to sit here and wait," and I'm like, "No, I gotta go smash a clock," and they didn't understand that, but that's okay. I just want to congratulate everybody at thisCLICKS and for the incredible growth, Chad, and your company and the amazing kind of entrepreneurial spirit. You know, for a lot of years we've been being told that, that the days when Minnesota was the leader in entrepreneurial kind of energy and drive were over, that all that stuff was going out to Silicon Valley or to Boston or to Austin, Texas or whatever. But I am here today to assure you that innovation, that smart kind of thinking about, solving old problems from a different perspective is as alive and well in the state of Minnesota and the city of St. Paul as it's ever been. And thisCLICKS and When I Work is a really true example of that, as evidenced by the incredible growth that you've been seeing just month in and month out for a long period of time. So I've never participated in, I break a lot of stuff, usually not intentionally. I love seeing sledgehammers here, but the fact of the matter is I love seeing this company here. I love seeing the growth. I love seeing the just kind of taking like I say, an old problem and figuring out a new way to deal with it. I wish I could figure out a different way to schedule my time so that it wasn't scheduled like 24 hours a day. But the fact of the matter is this is really an important kind of, I think, symbol for the city of St. Paul. So we welcome you to the west side, to the Drake building, and into the future. Thank you very much.
Well, I want to say some thank yous to people coming out. First, I'd like to thank Shelley for coming out today to be with us in this momentous occasion for us. I know that you'll pass on our thoughts to Senator Franken for him, but we know he would have loved to have been able to smash and be involved with this smashing event and sledgehammers and how we've got things put together here. So we're excited about that opportunity. Also want to thank the people in the building. We've had 2 months of moving in to go through and do this, so we've had a lot of noise, a lot of things going on to go through and do it. Our neighbors at MSA Professionals right next to one wall. We had, I see the people from Anne-Marie and Michael and Richard from the Drake Bank. We've had lots of people moving back in and forth, so we really appreciate. Also, I want to mention the dermatology consulting group above us. They probably had the most noise from us drilling and hammering things in, so we really appreciate you've been gracious hosts in getting us in, and we're really excited to be tenants in this building. I'd also like to thank Ellen Mueller and her help with the city to actually make this event happen. She actually started talking to Chad about this about a year ago. And actually was able to help get us on the schedule with the mayor. And so without further ado, we also like to thank Mayor for being here today. We have a new stadium, baseball stadium being built up. We had the train line go live this weekend between the locations and all of the other development and construction going on in the city with, and this happening. This is a notification from the application letting you know that you're got 30 minutes to get to your next scheduled event coming from When I Work, letting you know. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. But we're really excited about our ability to work with you in the city and really appreciate you coming out to help us out and celebrate this today. So that technology and what's changing today is really changing the landscape of the workforce and what's happening today with small businesses everywhere where we can help them track, schedule, and communicate with their hourly workforce. And so if you think about that, who we're really promoting that to, it's amazing to go through with what technology is allowing us to do. And if there's an old cliche thinking about, we've probably all heard over and over again about time is money, right? Well, that couldn't be more true in today's economy as things are going through it, but even more for small businesses to go through and do that. And if you think about small businesses today, they're really, what they're selling is employees' time. If you think about the restaurant you go to eat at, it's the servers, it's the bussers, it's the cooks in the back. If you're having in-home health care, it's the professionals that come out to help with you, or the professional lawn care to get the mowed trim and so forth. So when you look at that, that's really some of the key aspects, and as well as how we built out this building. So we had Bridget and Joel from Riling Construction scheduling their time and the resources so we could actually get moved in here May 1st. We had Laura from Metropolis Design helping us get all of the stuff ordered so we could actually move in on time. And just this morning, we had Al and his team from Acoustic Associates putting in whiteboards and acoustic panels to make sure that we didn't reverberate off the wall with all these people that we're going to have visiting today. All of those small businesses need to schedule staff, need to track them to go through and do it, and that's ideally who we're targeting this product to today. Now, taking it another step further, if you look at business and management guru Peter Drucker, Drucker states, time is a precious commodity, and if not managed, then nothing else can be managed. So if you're not managing your time of your employees, how do you go through and do that? Well, what the products we're developing here today do exactly that, manage that precious resource. And not only do we do that, we do it in a way that's as easy and mobile and useful, as Chad says, stated earlier, and user-friendly as you can possibly imagine. Now, this is game-changing technology that we're developing here, and this whole team that you see around here in green shirts are all part of that core nucleus of putting that in place. Just as people are boarding across the river trains for the first time in several decades in St. Paul, I am immensely thrilled to be aboard and part of this operation that we're doing here. And really happy to have the rest of you all on board as well and joining us today to celebrate this momentous occasion.